Hello everyone, welcome back to Ansarkari. In this video, we will continue with the important topics of 8 September 2024. So the first article says Delhi Master Plan 2041 pending for over a year with center set to miss key deadline. So here it is majorly regarding what are the important ways in which we can actually plan a well planned city and what are the steps that are required in such a process किन किन aspects का हमें ज़्यादा ध्यान रखना चाहिए for an ideal master city plan. तो again एक sustainable urban development होना चाहिए while addressing all the concerns be it economic, social, environmental. जैसे कि land use planning कहाँ कितना एरिया विल बी एलोकेटेड टू व्हाट मिक्स्ड यूज डेवलपमेंट की जो हम बात करते हैं कि जहाँ पर रेजिडेंशियल कमर्शियल और रिक्रिएशनल स्पेसेस हो इन प्रोक्सिमिटी एंड फर्दर ग्रीन स्पेस का डेवलपमेंट. So these are the major points that are being highlighted here as well. कि कैसे mixed land use development is crucial. फर्दर इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर यूटिलिटीज की वाटर सप्लाई कैसा है, सैनिटेशन कैसा है, इलेक्ट्रिसिटी एंड रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी, वेस्ट मैनेजमेंट एंड स्मार्ट इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर. और फर्दर ट्रांसपोर्टेशन और मोबिलिटी में अगेन इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल्स का ज़्यादा प्रमोशन होना एंड ऑफ पब्लिक व्हीकल्स एज वेल. फर्दर रैपिड ट्रांजिट को बिल्ड करना एंड नॉन मोटराइज ट्रांसपोर्ट इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर जैसे साइकिल लेन्स, पेडेस्ट्रियन पाथवेज. So all these must be in focus. Further heritage health इन सारे aspects को equally promote करना and also strengthening the urban local bodies for better governance जिसमें कि हम बात कर सकते हैं decentralization की and also e-governance की so as to have better redressal mechanisms at ground level itself. So here it is specifically regarding the Delhi Master Plan. So in situ rehabilitation of slum clusters and the regularization of unauthorized colony. So ये regularization and also rehabilitation. These can be the important keywords. Next is regarding the PM Shri, that is the Pradhan Mantri Schools for Rising India. So it is a centrally sponsored scheme. So here the main issue was regarding the education ministry, it had stopped funds under the Samagra Shiksha Abhiyan SSA, जो flagship school education program है, to the opposition rural states, say Delhi, Punjab, West Bengal, due to their reluctance in participating in the PM Shri schools. So again here, can the central government stop funds? So central government should not stop funds for the stateless subject directly, as they fall under the purview of state governments. लेकिन in case of centrally sponsored scheme, अगर states comply नहीं कर रहे हैं guidelines से, then the center can withhold or delay the release of funds related to the specific scheme. And since PM Shri is a centrally sponsored scheme itself, तो here they have the right to do so. तो मेजर 3 टाइप की स्कीम होती है. फर्स्ट इज द कंप्लीट सेंट्रल फुल्ली सेंटर्ड स्कीम्स जिसमें द होल फंडिंग इज डन बाय द सेंटर itself. Then second is a centrally sponsored scheme where there is a ratio that is set up. This is for the more prosperous states जैसे कि महाराष्ट्र, it's UP etc. The ratio is 60 to 40 of center to state. Whereas in terms of the northeastern states, it is majorly 90 to 10 ratio. तो PMC की जब हम बात करते हैं तो it is mainly to set up exemplar institutions to showcase the implementation of the National Education Policy 2020. So memorandum of understanding has been signed with the Education Ministry by the state. Next, no comfort in 100 days. So here this article is again regarding employment majorly and how the growth trajectory has been there. So again, first is regarding the GDP growth. Okay, this time there was a growth rate of 77%, whereas between 91, 92 and 2003, 2004, size of the GDP had doubled. और 2004-5 से लेकर 13-14 तक again the size of GDP had doubled. Further, unemployment here, as it is mentioned, is one of the major challenges here. Okay, for continuity and political stability की जो हम बात करते हैं तो there must be a positive change that is required, and also constitutional governance or economic growth or growth with equality. These are the major key terms that must be promoted. And when we talk about the resetting of economic policy कि कैसे इसमें हम changes ला सकते हैं, तो major two steps were proposed here. One is apprenticeship scheme that will guarantee a 1 year apprenticeship to every graduate and diploma holder. तो इससे क्या होएगा, skills impact कर पाएंगे and there will be an enhancement in employability and regular job को provide कर पाएंगे to millions of youth. Further, employment linked incentive scheme for corporates to win tax credits for additional hiring against जो regular quality jobs होते हैं. So again, this is the way जैसे incentives से we are promoting growth. Major reasons की अगर हम बात करते हैं कि why there is unemployment, there are high unemployment rates in India. So first is population growth. Again, as it creates a mismatch between the number of job seekers and the available employment opportunities. क्योंकि एक large working age population है जाती है. Further, jobless growth. जैसे certain sectors like IT and services ये expand तो हुए हैं, but they have not created enough jobs to absorb the larger labor force. जिससे कि jobless growth it takes place. And also जो एक structural transformation लाया गया. For example, the setting up of different sectors. जैसे कि जो हम बात करते हैं industrial sector की, तो that hasn't grown much. तो यहाँ पे ये structural loophole आ जाता है, which needs to be taken care of. Further, there are other challenges as well, जैसे कि agricultural distress, rural unemployment, informal sector में ज़्यादा participation. So these are the major reasons here. And here World Bank's India Economic Update reported कि जो urban youth employment है, it remained elevated at 17%. And further, even the World Bank's report that we recently read, कि India was not able to take advantage of China's withdrawal from the labor-intensive manufactured goods. So quick and efficient policy making is also required here. Further digitalization reforms boosted BRAP ranking of Kerala Industry Minister. So BRAP BRAP is Business Reforms Action Plan. So again it reforms ranking. Okay, the ease of doing business, kitni efficiency hai, the growth, etc. All these aspects are covered here. So regarding Kerala के efforts की बात करते हैं तो legislation to attract investment. So again, there was direct engagement between the government and industries, nearly 500 industries. Further, license देना to even non-MSME industries within 7 days of submitting an application. So here we can talk about the less cumbersome process and the legislation filing, etc. It becomes more easy and smooth. And also they highlighted that a statutory grievance redressal mechanism it had been established to promote transparency. फर्दर knowledge based industries के growth के लिए भी they have set up them as priorities, and also setting up of hub जैसे कि technology manufacturing, center for IT, artificial intelligence and automotive technology, and least corruption. Next, as banks face slowdown in deposit growth, what they are doing to reverse trend. तो again एक widening gap है between credit and deposit growth. So it has concerned the government and the RBI to focus more on deposit mobilization through innovative products. So here this is just regarding the data and capital market की जो activity जैसे कि COVID के बाद the Indian capital markets they have seen a surge in retail activity through direct and indirect channels. Further slowing deposit mobilization. So bank deposits continue to remain dominant as percentage of financial assets जो कि एक बैंक own करता है. Their share has been declining with households increasingly allocating their savings to mutual funds, insurance funds and pension funds. So again here there is a diversion that is being seen. Instead of keeping the money with the banks, mutual funds, insurance funds or pension funds में there has been a contribution too. जिससे कि सिस्टम में स्ट्रक्चरल लिक्विडिटी इश्यूज आ सकते हैं. तो बैंक के
तो
एफर्ट्स
जो अभी आपने पॉइंट बोला इसमें अगर हम देखते हैं लास्ट डेकेड में एवरेज इन्फ्लेशन रेट इंडिया में था 6.6%, बट जो बैंक डिपॉजिट इंटरेस्ट रेट था दैट वाज बिटवीन 3 to 4%. So that is why you can say कि real increase नहीं हो रहा था in the return. So that is why that is also the reason why people are shifting more towards the capital market.
ताकि इंटरेस्ट ज्यादा
तो
मिले.
अभी भी नहीं है. Bank deposits are still on the same horizon. Can you throw light with respect to, people are putting their money into primary market, but then bubble तो नहीं कहेंगे, लेकिन fraud तो है ही.
सर
It's
है
good.
बिल्कुल है, हाँ जी, बट सर उसमें चांसेस यही है कि इफ पीपल आर अवेयर अबाउट कि डाइवर्सिफाई करना देयर इन्वेस्टमेंट, लाइक अ पोर्शन, सर्टेन पोर्शन कैन बी इन द फॉर्म ऑफ CASA deposit, certain can be in the form of the capital markets, and capital markets are much more riskier. So when they realize that after a certain time, because we are seeing major share of new investors have increased in the capital market, so that will also might have an impact in terms of reducing their investments in the capital market.
और सबसे बड़ा प्रॉब्लम ये है कि they are taking out money very fast. They are not putting it for long term.
But sir, when we are talking about investors, out of 10, 9 are in losses.
Okay, thank you.
Anji sir.
And to counter this problem, majorly SBI had launched this Amrit Vrishti, a scheme that offers 7.25% interest. And also Bank of Baroda launched the Monsoon Dhamaka deposit scheme. तो again interest rate को increase कर देना जिससे कि they can attract more of deposits. Next, ASI to outsource some excavation projects to states and university. So again better engagement यहाँ पे we can see. So majorly when we talk about ASI, so it is a key institution in India जो protection और preservation के लिए important है of the cultural heritage on the archaeological sites. It functions under the Ministry of Culture, Government of India. तो सेटअप कब हुआ था? It was set up in 1961, established in 1861 by Alexander Cunningham. तो again mandate है preservation, conservation of the monuments, and law कौन से enforce करते जैसे कि AMASR, Ancient Monuments and Archaeological Sites and Remains Act 1958 जो legal protection provide करता है to the monuments and sites. Further excavations and archaeological research भी होती है, apart from the protection. Museum exhibitions, international cooperations, and also maintain करना the UNESCO World Heritage Sites. जैसे कि ताजमहल, कुतुब मीनार, अजंता नीलोरा केव, Sun Temple at Konark, all these major ones as well. Challenges की अगर बात करते that are faced by ASI, तो again limited resources और manpower, further illegal encroachments भी बहुत होते हैं, vandalism, and balancing tourism and conservation. कि क्या क्या sanctity है उसको maintain करके रखना, further cleanliness and other areas, कि there are no changes made. So here
So
again,
here the
regarding
what is the reason behind outsourcing is again the shortfall in the staff. So question arises that whether this would be again when we are talking about that such projects would be carried out by states and universities. So are they having adequate expertise in terms of excavation exercise, whether they'll be able to maintain that level of safety when it comes to excavations? And this is for the very first time that they are transferring such type projects to states and universities. Earlier we had seen that in partial form, they used to partially fund it and even monitor that thing. So that is one of the concern which will be arising out of this.
I'm going to talk about the important names. So जैसे those along the Gulf of Kutch in Gujarat, at the Gomti River in Ayodhya in Uttar Pradesh, Bibi ka Maqbara in Aurangabad district of Maharashtra, Haryana's Rakhi Gadi, Church of St. Augustine in Old Goa, and Delhi's Purana Killa.
तो यहाँ पे कंसर्न ये है कि ये जो प्रोजेक्ट्स आपने मेंशन करे दे आर जस्ट ऑन पेपर एज ऑफ नाउ. यहाँ पे अभी तक no we are not seeing any kind of activity happening on ground level. So that is also one of the challenges. So there needs to be again robust and effective implementation of the proposals and the policy changes that are being done.
Next, separate classes at government schools for high IQ students. Will others suffer? तो here this is regarding promotion की कैसे जो gifted students हैं from classes 6th and 9th. So there are 30 unique classrooms in 15 such government schools जो specially इन्हीं बच्चों की needs को cater करेगा. And teachers have also undergone a special training for these classes. Multi-stage selection processes. So when we talk about the IQ above 130 will qualify for the program. जिन बच्चों का IQ है above 130, so they are considered gifted. So here इसका impact क्या होगा? Positive again, obviously we can talk about के better promotion होएगा. They won't get bored. Curiosity level और enhance होएगा. Further they will get the facilities at the local level itself. Prioritizing impact में बात करते हैं तो it may deepen the gap between high achievers and the rest of the students. So when we talk about inclusive education, so it discusses कि how all types of children they must be taught together. तो उसके लिए this won't work. And साथ में जो हम बात करते हैं peer studies की, when we talk about group studies, या फिर इवन बडीज की जब हम बात करते हैं वेयर दे आर पेयर्स दैट आर मेड जो दूसरे को हेल्प करते हैं, तो दैट this action it might lead to children who are struggling to feel neglected. And also Delhi government runs about 21% of the total number of schools in city, but the share of enrollment is about 37%. So again regarding the number of students that study in per class. So Delhi's public education system is one of the largest and most complex in the country, as it serves nearly 16 lakh students across approximately 1,100 schools. So what can be the solution here? The solution can be, instead of having separate classes, there can be a better integration in the class itself. And जो extra periods होते हैं, 0 period होते हैं, या फिर even after the school dispersal, then more time can be given to them, maybe 10, 15, 20 minutes to cater to their needs. तो नेम क्या है इनका? अभिषेक. These classrooms will cater to students from classes 6th and 9th and nurture करना students को with high intelligence. Next, tough rape laws can mean more victims are killed. So again, here we talk about feminism. Equal rights की हम बात करते हैं, right to work, right to be as safe as a man. So Supreme Court says the death penalty must be limited to the rarest of rare cases. So rape जो है, that is not rare. And India has had reported 32,000 reported cases in 2022, almost 80 per day. And again, reported cases जो हैं, they are perhaps only 1/10 of the reality. So rape is most common of the crimes.
Do you really think so? That we should categorize it as a common crime?
They're common in terms of quantity की यहाँ पे हम बात कर रहे हैं. Of course, it is heinous, but again, it happens. जैसे even, and most cases are underreported because जो होता है, that is majorly done by a known person, be it a relative or a neighbor, etc. And now when we talk about killing, right now rapists, they kill their victims only in minority of cases. लेकिन अगर death penalty को mandatory कर दिया, every rapist will have a stronger reason to kill the victim too. तो rapid convictions जो है, and female police women, they are a way or a path towards mitigating or decreasing the rape cases. लेकिन एक सोशल नॉर्म में जो चेंज है, दैट इज रिक्वायर्ड है. तो societal structural change, again, it will start from awareness and education at homes itself, which again will further continue to schools, and again workplaces where it will be implemented. Next, can Indians learn to live with the big bad wolves? The wolves are fearsome man-eaters. Reality में attacks on humans are rare. They prefer wild prey. Or no evidence of wolves acting as surrogate carers of human children. जैसे when we talk about Mowgli, तो ऐसा तो कोई evidence नहीं है. And they live in structured packs and stuff of romantic fiction. So again, when we talk about wolves, so conflict declines. Again, fragmentation, etc. say habitat loss, there have been increased cases of human wildlife conflicts. But here there is a decrease that is being seen. So grasslands could dedicate करना to wolf conservation. Further here
So we
there's
have we have covered this before, that there are two species of wolves found in India. One is the Indian wolf, another is the Himalayan wolf. So Indian wolf, it is found in the semi-arid and dry grasslands in states of Rajasthan, Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra. And when we're talking about the physical characteristics, so they are smaller and more leaner than the European or the Arctic counterparts or the Arctic wolves. They have shorter coats and they are grayish brown in color. And Apart from this, their IUCN status is endangered. Second, Himalayan wolf, if we're talking about them, so they are found in the high altitude regions of the Himalayan states like Ladakh, Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, and they have distinctive long and thick coat. So this is whitish gray or light brown, and they are genetically distinct from the other wolf populations and considered one of the most ancient wolf lineages. And their IUCN status is also endangered.
And here there is this non-profit wildlife information and nature guide society wings. So again, it uses brightly colored flags to hang around the perimeter of pasture areas to distract the carnivores. So 40% success rate है with this method. तो यहाँ पे indigenous methods को use करा जा रहा है for diverting them. And
Also
collars,
protected.
जब हम radio collars की बात करते हैं, even in case of elephants भी, so they can also be used for better tracking.
We can also focus on again protected areas and wildlife corridors. For example, we are seeing in the Velavadar National Park in Gujarat and Great Himalayan National Park in Himachal Pradesh. And then community-based conservation initiatives will again, conservation organizations, they are already working with the local communities, the tribal communities to develop the livestock insurance programs, provide compensation for the livestock losses and promote community involvement in the wolf conservation. Then research and monitoring can be another step where we can better understand the wolf ecology and the genetics and their behavior through scientific research. And this would also help in effective management and conservation strategies and educating the local communities about even the ecological importance of the wolves and promoting coexistence so that we can have again reduction the numbers of man-animal conflict. So often we talk about humans and elephants in southern Indian states. So this can be also another example. So they are the apex predators.
Next, we have this scheme here, program, Retire Sathi program. So again here, increased surveillance. So CCTV and lightning are being arranged at designated locations. फिर fast-track courts and POCSO designated courts for girl child have been set up. Further, 49 women police stations and also Nirbhaya Fund scheme. So here when we talk about funds, so major challenges regarding the underutilization. The funds etc. they are created, but इसका इतना utilization नहीं होता. Majorly be it because of awareness. And Aparajita task force. So a specialized police task force है, that has been established to expedite investigation of crimes against women. Each district will have the task force. And investigations should be conducted by a female police officer. So again, here we are talking about the women participation या फिर female workforce का ज़्यादा role in such cases and aspects. But is it not important कि even the male counterparts, they must be so much gender sensitized that we do not need female police officers in this case? So specifically हम उसकी बात कर सकते हैं कि there should be such kind of trainings etc. There is no specific need. Because even police may, when we cannot trust even on police personnel, then we cannot expect the same with the normal citizens. So again, safe zones create करना for women working late at night and female volunteers being deployed at night for enhanced security, and a special mobile phone app being developed for all working women. So rape, gang rape, acid attack, swift completion of investigation. These are the major ways. Next is regarding loneliness. Emotional pandemic, यहाँ पे एक word use करता है, that was once considered an affliction of the elderly is now affecting youngsters too. तो कैसे हम help ले सकते हैं? तो first you talk about Manas, that is app regarding mental health itself, and digital alcoholism is at the root of Gen Z isolation. So when we talk about elders, so majorly it is because of boredom, या फिर no specific work, या फिर loss of the close ones, loved ones. So majorly these are the reasons that it happens. But majorly Gen Z में it is because of the digital addiction. So Nim Hans, it has flagged digital addiction as the most isolating mental health issue for the next 5 years. So again, there should be better programs, etc., for social emotional learning, especially at the workplaces for the Gen Zs, जब हम बात करते हैं, who are in jobs, etc., and even in schools. So ऐसे जो workshops, etc., होंगे, they will be aware कि okay, this is also a kind of problem that we are facing, and further measures can be taken for them. And also groups can be created, maybe weekly meetings can happen, जिससे कि we can share our own problems, etc., regarding the same. Next, curatorial residency program near Bhubaneswar that explores complexities of bell metal with relation to metallurgy, social positions, and the history of associated objects. So here again we talk about one district, one product, या फिर GI taxes तो हम बात करते हैं, indigenous production की हम बात करते हैं, and we talk about the state of the art. तो here all these aspects they come. तो Odisha Craft Odissi program के अंदर by Beats, a Bhubaneswar based design studio create हुआ है to rejuvenate the art heritage of Odisha. Importance की हम बात करते हैं, तो again जैसे कि when we talk about Karl Marx, so again even he mentioned कि when there was a shift from the primitive society to a society where large scale production was being taken place, तो एक जो वो attachment है with the product, जो labor और product की इसमें जो attachment है, that was lost. So that can also be revived, जिससे कि वो जो dignity है that will be enhanced. Further, the handmade products और जो ये handcrafts होता है, they are sold at higher prices as well. So even earnings में it can help. And further their quality etc. natural resources को use करके, तो हम export पे भी इसमें focus कर सकते हैं कि how globally it can take importance. So Odisha's bell metal craft has had ties with the Jagannath temple in Puri. Next is regarding a chef Marco Pierre White. So he talks about his love for Indian cuisine. So chef Marco Pierre White, he made headlines as the first chef in Britain and the youngest worldwide to earn 3 Michelin stars at 33. तो अगेन डाइवर्सिटी इन फूड इन इंडिया, जब हम बात करते हैं स्पाइसेस में, एग्रीकल्चर क्लाइमेट एग्रो क्लाइमेटिक जो जोन्स है इंडिया में, देयर आर मेनी सच जोन्स, एंड ऑल्सो दे आर around I guess 46 type of soils itself that are present in India out of this overall 60 that are present in the world. So large scale diversity in terms of agriculture as well. तो फूड की जब हम बात करते हैं, तो अगेन फूड प्रोसेसिंग में इंडिया हैज मेजर स्कोप where we can even enhance employment in this case and also harness जो food wastage है, even that will be reduced. Further, when we talk about pre-diabetes, so even in this, pre-diabetes is a condition जहाँ पे जो sugar levels है, they are not as low as they should be and not as high also कि उनको हम declare कर दे to be diabetes. So again, impaired fasting glucose, or as impaired glucose tolerance, that is higher than normal sugar levels. These are the terms that I mentioned here. And fasting blood sugar levels, अगर ये above होता है 126 milligram per deciliter, you have diabetes. So again it must be reversed, क्योंकि ये इतनी innocuous state नहीं है and can lead to heart attack, diseases and strokes. So it becomes important to roll it back. Further family history etc. and जो lifestyle है उसके according we can track कि when should we be screened.
And
who
another measure is glycemic index. So its normal value is less than or equal to 55. So glycemic index, it measures the foods containing carbohydrates based on how they will be affecting the blood sugar levels. So they're ranked on a basis of 0 to 100, or the score is having this value within this range. So medium is between 56 to 69, and then high glycemic index value is more than 70. So we are seeing low glycemic index, and like most of the fruits are having low glycemic index, then whole grains like barley and quinoa, nuts, dairy products. So these are like the foods which are digested and absorbed more slowly. So that is much more healthier for the body instead of the sudden spike.
Next, new iPhone will use ARM's chip tech for AI. तो again AI की बात करते हैं तो important laws, IT Act 2000, further Digital Data Protection Act, Digital Person Data Protection Act, specific AI का act नहीं, that is a loophole here. Chip tech की बात करते हैं तो again गोदी जो कि कृत्रिम का first indigenous AI integrated chip develop होएगा. So here Apple's latest iPhone with its A18 chip, which is set to be unveiled at an event on Monday, so has been developed by using SoftBank owned ARM's newest V9 chip design. तो यहाँ पे इंटीग्रेशन की बात हो रही. ARM based processor chip.
Its advantages, it will be
Low power
low
consumption.
power consumption, so long lasting battery life. प्लस मैन्युफैक्चरिंग ऑफ स्मार्टफोन्स इंडिया में अगर हम देखते हैं तो वी नीड टू हैव अ लुक कि वेदर जो लेटेस्ट आईफोन्स है वेदर दे वुड आल्सो बी मैन्युफैक्चर्ड इन इंडिया और नॉट, बिकॉज कॉस्ट कंसर्न भी एक एस्पेक्ट है एंड वी आर अगेन हैविंग कंपैरेटिव एडवांटेज इन टर्म्स ऑफ मैन्युफैक्चरिंग स्मार्टफोन्स इन इंडिया.
Next, ED attaches MTech Group's assets worth over 5,000 crore. So again, farmhouses, hundreds of acres of agriculture and industrial lands across states and shares, and debentures worth more than rupees 5,000 crore. They have been attached under the anti-money laundering law in the alleged bank loan fraud case. So this is said by ED. So again, better regulation here to prevent the money laundering. PMLA 2002. हम बात करते हैं. Important institutions against CBI and Enforcement Directorate. Next, Swiggy ties up with government to give jobs train workers. So again, when we talk about the gig economy, कि कैसे जो ये employees हैं, their work can get much better facilities and even the pay that the wages that they receive. How can be better? So this is integration. तो MSD's online Skill India Digital Hub, जैसे कि ऑनलाइन स्किल डेवलपमेंट कोर्सेज मिलेंगे एंड ऑफलाइन सर्टिफिकेशन एंड ट्रेनिंग मॉड्यूल्स फॉर द डिलीवरी पार्टनर्स. तो ये इन्हांस करेगा द ऑपरेशनल रोल्स जैसे कि रिटेल और लॉजिस्टिक मैनेजमेंट एटसेट्रा एंड ऑल्सो द ऑपरेशनल एस्पेक्ट्स. फर्दर AI मार्केटिंग, रिटेल, क्विक कॉमर्स एंड लॉजिस्टिक्स, इन सबका इंटीग्रेशन होएगा to create such training modules.